Hi Sugar Gliders, welcome back. I thought I'd do something different today. I am so behind schedule and I thought I would just straighten my hair at the same time because I'm just behind. Usually I'm quite organised, but I'm not. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Taylor first. So if you don't want the breakdown about Taylor, just skip to the part where I'm not straightening my hair, basically. I was going to do a breakdown of Taylor, but my Taylor videos don't really do well. So I'll just... Ow. Girl problems. So what did I think of the album? Okay. Thing is, I really like Taylor and I don't think I'm like a super fan, but I like the sad songs. I'm really into the cathartic, sad songs. The happy, upbeat ones are not so much my jam. So straight away I thought, I'm not going to like this album. I thought it was going to be more life behind the Showgirl. I thought it was going to be, I don't know. I thought it was going to be these really gritty songs where she talked about taking her heels off at the end of the night and her feet were like bloody and she'd lose toenails. I literally thought it was going to be quite a gritty, maybe there'd be some gritty songs in there, there'd be some happy, upbeat songs in there. I think it just isn't for me. It's too happy. I really wanted to like it. So when I first listened to it, I thought, I don't really like it. But I thought, maybe it's just me. And then consensus from the other Swifties was that, yeah, they didn't really like it either. Which is okay because I've seen what she's done, basically. Is that after Tortured Poets, she's done the complete 180. And that's obviously what she's going to do. The thing is, when I'm listening to the songs, I don't really want to like listen to them again. The only ones I like are The Fate of Ophelia, because we love a Shakespeare reference. I think it's just the most interesting song, and obviously linking it to Shakespeare about going mad, being in love, and Travis saved her from The Fate of Ophelia. I think it's a really interesting concept, and that's what Swifties are really used to, listening to Taylor records. And maybe Opalite. Opalite's like a bop, but I'm just not into the other songs. Like, I felt like I was really trying to like it, and I really felt like, oh, come on, you know, you're really trying to like it because it's Taylor. It kind of feels like when you go on a date and you're not into the guy and people are just gaslighting you saying, oh yeah, you should really like this guy because he's a nice guy, but you don't want to go on the second date. And it's a bit like that with the album. When I'm listening to it, I don't want to listen to any of the songs. And I mean, people are saying it's risque, but I don't think people have been listening to Tortured Poets. If you listen to Tortured Poets, like I did in my breakdown, oh my God, I spent 4 days on that video that literally no one watched. The whole of Tortured Poets, some of it is quite sexual. So I wasn't so bothered about that, but I just felt that I could have done without a song going on about Travis's massive penis. I could have gone to my grave not knowing that. I just feel like there's some things as a girl that you don't need to discuss. And I mean, I'm not a prude, but I just think some things are sacred, and I don't know. The one where she's, what is it, Actually Romantic, where she's talking about, where we reckon she's talking about Charlie XCX. It just feels a bit petty. It just feels that at her stage of life, she doesn't really need to be this petty. She's a billionaire. She's found the person she wants to be with. Why is she being petty with other artists that are not as rich as her and don't have as many sales as her? I don't know why she's being like this. It just feels like, from some of the critics I've been hearing, are saying that it's juvenile, and it does feel a bit juvenile, some of the lyrics, and I'm just not drawn to any of the songs. I think the stuff like Being Cancelled, it just feels like it's Reputation just 2.0, and I feel like she's done that. And people are saying, oh, it's about Blake Lively, and then some people are saying it's about, I don't know, that footballer's wife, I don't know her name, Brittany something or other. I'll put it on the screen because I generally don't know these people. It's just not for me. And that's the thing with art. You just leave it for who it resonates with. And I can see why she's done it. But also I kind of feel like this is the love of your life. And I think people just expected too much. Maybe, I don't know, maybe her best work is from the heartbreak and it's from the fuckboys. Maybe now she's settled and there's no drama and she's just making sourdough. Maybe the songwriting isn't there. I don't know, maybe she just wants to keep it private. I feel like we didn't really get a lot about Travis apart from his redwood tree penis. That's all we got. We didn't really get anything about their dynamic. It just felt like these songs, anyone could have sung them. It didn't. I think with the Swifties, we're used to the really deeply personal stuff about Taylor. And of course, we're used to working out what song relates to what relationship and what's going on in her life. And I think Swifties are guilty of just making everything overcomplicated. I still obviously really like Taylor. And I'm glad she's happy. And the thing I like about Travis is that because Travis has his own shit going on, because Travis is a millionaire in his own right, he lets Taylor shine and he just lets Taylor be who Taylor wants to be. And she said on the New Heights podcast that her friends and family say this is the most you've ever been. And that is a good sign if you're with a man and your friends are saying you're completely yourself. This is the most you've ever been. She's happy. She's making a sourdough. Travis has a big penis. It's all good. Are we done? I think we're probably done. Okay, that's me done. Do you have this, girls? I never know where to put my straighteners when they're done because I don't want to burn anything. I can't really see. That probably looks horrendous because the viewfinder is so far away. Okay, so now my love life. What's going in my love life? Not a lot, as per usual. I kind of asked the universe. I wanted a new crush. Basically, I was kind of bored of being single, bored of going on the dating apps, and just generally bored of dating. And I kind of thought, I really want a new crush. When is this going to happen? Because this is the thing. The universe never puts anyone in my path. Even when I've moved house, there's never been a hot neighbour. When I went to university, there wasn't like someone hot in the halls that I moved into. The universe just doesn't put anyone hot in my way, which is really annoying. And all I can think is I'm supposed to be single, which is just the way it is. I kind of found someone that I liked. And I thought, okay, let's just approach this person because if you've watched my channel before, you know that nobody approaches me, nobody ever asks me out, and it's always me that has to do the legwork, unfortunately. I can't really tell because my channel is not big enough that it's seen worldwide by a lot of people, so I can't really tell. And obviously I don't meet loads of people in my day-to-day life, but on the whole, nobody approaches me, so it's always Muggins here that has to do the legwork. I developed like a crush on someone. This is like a new crush, basically. And I thought, okay, we're not going to do what we did last time. We're not going to go straight in. We're going to do more of a research period. Because this is the thing, I just want life to be like Facebook circa 2006, when people just put on their Facebook if they're single or not. In 2025, you don't know if anyone's single or not because nobody puts it on their profile. No, it's not like it used to be at uni where people would put it on their Facebook and then you know, oh yeah, that person's single. Or do you remember when people used to put it's complicated and all this shenanigans? These days, nobody puts on their profile if you're single or not. So you're literally just shooting blind, which is the worst. And sometimes you make mistakes because somebody's with someone and there's not a lot you can do. What is the alternative? The alternative is I don't try, don't message anyone, and I'm no better off. I'm still exactly the same as how I am. So I kind of developed a crush on this person. This person's probably watching. Hey, I thought, okay, we're not going to go in like you previously have done. Because I tend to, if I like someone, I tend to just like go straight in. It's as if I'm like Aries, like the ram. Just take some time, just suss everything out. Is this person single? And from what I could tell, this person seems to be single. They're definitely not married. There's no wedding ring. And they never mention their girlfriend in a podcast. So I kind of assumed, okay, this person's up for grabs. This person isn't mentioning their girlfriend. Let's just send them a message. This is the thing, what do you do? Because I don't have an Instagram. I don't have the bikini pictures to like entrap a man, because let's be honest, that's how men work. They literally go for your Instagram, they see what your body's like, and then they're interested. So I don't have that. So I knew when I went in, I would have to go in indirectly and sneakily. So I just sent a message saying, I can't remember the exact words because I've deleted it. Hi, would you interest in me being on your podcast? Blah, 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 blah. Have a nice day. And then, what do you think happened? No reply. I guess that is the nature of the game. And I think as I get more subscribers, I need to just take things less personally and see it as, sadly, it's a numbers game. People are looking at your subscriber count. They're looking at, what can you give me? What can you bring me? And that's what I literally hate about the modern world. All people care about is, how many subscribers do you have? Do you have a blue tick? What does your body look like? It's nothing about how the person is as a person. It's literally just like that book, The Status Game. It's literally, what can you bring to me? Can you bring me subscribers? This is just what I find so frustrating. It's like, what can you bring to me? It's just, I have been told this is what America's like. America is very, what can you give me? What can you bring to the table? Which in the UK, it's completely different. In the UK, on the whole, we don't care about a person's status. It's just, are you good to be around? Are you a laugh down the pub? Are you going to be a good person to be around? This is what I think I'll miss about the UK, and I will miss the sense of humour, because I do think, being biased, but I think the UK humour is the best in the world. I mean, I shouldn't say that trying to get into America. I just think British people are funnier than Americans. Sometimes I'll listen to an American podcast and the hosts are laughing, and I don't know if I'm autistic or something, but I just generally don't find them funny. Obviously, there are some funny Americans, but on the whole, yeah, I will miss the British humour. This is what I'm finding, but I think you just have to try, basically, because the way I see it, if people have a podcast, they are crying out for guests every week. Depending on the size of the podcast, if they're putting out numerous episodes a week, they are dying for the next new thing, the next big thing. Because obviously, if you do a podcast, they want a Jordan Peterson every week. They want someone they know is going to perform. They know someone that's going to get 1 million downloads if they have them on their show. They want someone where it's a cert, it's going to be a smash. And they want the Jordan Petersons each week. This is what happens, and this is where, sadly, people slip through the net, like our friend Sadia Khan slipped through the net, because podcasters are dying for guests each week. And some people slip through the net. This is my problem, because I don't have a bank of work on the internet. It's almost as if someone needs to give me the first shot, but no one will give it to me because I haven't done the reps in the podcast scene. They can't look at what I've done before and be like, yeah, she'll perform. For them, it's a risk. They don't know how I'm going to perform. They've only seen me relatively short form content. If they do a podcast with me and I don't perform, then it means they have to have a backup slot. They have to have a backup guest that if my slot doesn't go well, then they have something else that they can put out instead. It's a bit like trying to get into your dream job, but you've got no experience in the field. People are like, no, I'm not going to give you a shot. It's exactly like that. Part of me thinks now is that I was hiding behind that. I should have let myself be vulnerable and try and not go down the business route. I should have been more vulnerable and gone down a more personal route. Because obviously on Instagram, you only get the one message. And if they don't reply to that message, then you've shot your shot and then that's it. And then you move on. If you look at the network, it's relatively small. It's the same people on the podcast all the time. And then they'll invite the same guests back each week that they know will perform. The thing is, I can afford to have like a flop video because I'm not dependent on this financially. And if I do a video that's more of a passion project and it flops, then it's okay. But these big players at the top, they can't afford a flop video with no views and to have someone on their podcast that doesn't have a name behind them, doesn't have a book, etc., because they can't afford to have a flop. The people at the top, they need to have consistent podcasts that are big hits to grow their channel. And that's just how the game works. And I know I do need to take it less personally because obviously people get loads of messages a day, they can't reply to everyone. But at the same time, I think, I don't know, when is it my shot? Will I ever get my shot? So now I'm just back to square one where it's like, okay, well, I'll just like cross that one off as well. And this is the thing, I don't get crushes all the time. It just kind of, it happens and then kind of move on to the next one. But I don't want to go on a dating app again. Wow, that was a lot. That was Taylor Swift, my crush, and trying to make it all in one video. Hopefully you gained something from it. Have a nice day. Take care. See you soon.